number wise she took the name on the screen board, and it shows automatically whosoever joining the class.
Okay, okay. So
Yes,
I don't do that. Okay. What I do is I ask those who want to speak, I write their name on the screen. And if you're joining late, maybe you have joined 15 minutes late or 20 minutes, you can tell me that, ma'am, I just joined. Please write my name. I
that,
also want to speak.
that
So I'll write
that's
your
why,
name there.
ma'am. No, ma'am, no
Yes.
issue. No, no. That's why
Yes.
I didn't call you. Please note my name. I was expecting teacher definitely look
Right.
my name. Then it's okay. No issue. No
No,
issue.
I don't do that, Manju. I actually write down the names because not everyone wants to
Okay.
speak, right? Some people feel a little shy. Some people might have some kind
No,
of
no.
work or something. So
Right.
always, whenever
No
you're
issue.
joining, just
Okay.
let me know. Yesterday, I took a
Thank you.
class for 1 hour 40 minutes because I wanted to give a
You
chance to
took
everyone, and I didn't even have any
too
work.
long. Yes, I
Right. I didn't
since
even have any work yesterday, so I thought, chalo, khatam karte hai. It will be a nice
last
experience.
night
Yes.
checking.
Okay, so Manju, always remember, not just Manju, this is for everyone. Whoever
I
joins, just let me know that, ma'am, I want to speak. I'll write down your name and then I'll give you a chance. Okay,
Good
chaliye.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ananya. Good morning, everyone.
Ma'am,
How are you guys? Yes,
ma'am, Raj sir and Sati sir had a conversation,
Raj and Sati had a conversation,
and my also.
and you too. Like
Yes, ma'am.
yesterday, are you talking about yesterday or the class before this?
Class before that.
So you had a conversation in Sonia ma'am's class
No, your class at 6 o'clock.
yesterday, right? Yesterday you had a conversation.
man
Yes, ma'am.
Urvi and
Yes,
Ananya,
Urvi
I
and
think.
Ananya had a yes, Urvi and Ananya had a
Class.
conversation.
You.
Yes, they were the last candidates yesterday.
Yes, yes. Last, they are the last one.
Yes, they spoke really well,
Yes, yes.
really well.
And cute. Yes.
Very cute, very sweet. Had an amazing class yesterday. I really enjoyed 1 hour 40 minutes. Yes, chaliye. So let's start today's session. So this is a grammar session, as you guys already know. So we will be continuing with our active and passive voice. And we had looked at the past perfect tense, right? Past perfect tense का हमने structure और rules थोड़ा समझ लिया था. We will just quickly go through it once and then we will look at the questions today. Okay, so आज हम past perfect tense के questions करेंगे and the questions are really varied. Oh, I forgot to do something. Okay, no problem. We will do it as we are uh, solving the questions. Okay, so this was the what we were doing, the past perfect tense. So यही last tense है हमारे past में, and the next we will do is future, right? So past perfect tense, I told you guys one thing to remember is past perfect tense, active voice and passive voice both are very similar to the present perfect tense, right? जो हमारा प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस है उसी की तरह स्ट्रक्चर होता है एक्टिव का भी और पैसिव का भी. अब एक्टिव में क्या होता है, डिफरेंस ये है कि हैज या हैड की जगह पे, सॉरी, हैज या हैव की जगह पे हैड आता है, एंड पैसिव में भी वही होता है, हैज या हैव की जगह पे हैड आता है. So in the present perfect tense, we are having a particular structure for active voice and a particular structure for passive. In the past, we are having the same kind of structure in the past perfect. The only difference is that in past perfect tense, we are using the auxiliary had. In present perfect tense, we are using the auxiliary has or have. The rest of the structure is absolutely the same. Okay. So this you can remember, this will help you a lot. And so we looked at the structure. So Jack had eaten an apple. Jack had eaten an apple. So subject plus had plus V3 plus object. This is the active basic structure of past perfect tense, right? And we also saw how to make it into passive. Object plus had plus been plus V3 plus by plus subject, right? So I told you guys, when you are making a passive sentence, then you have to use the past participle form of the वर्ब बी, बीन यूज होता है, पास्ट परफेक्ट में बीन यूज होता है. कोई भी परफेक्ट टेंस इन पैसिव वॉइस वी ऑलवेज यूज बीन. इन कंटिन्यूअस टेंस in passive voice we are using being, being. So what will be the passive of Jack had eaten an apple? It will be an apple had been eaten by Jack. An apple had been eaten by Jack. Then we saw how to make it into negative. Jack had not eaten an apple. Simply we are adding the negative word not, and then we are getting an apple had not been eaten by Jack. An apple had not been eaten by Jack, right? एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इसको सब कोई नोट कीजिए, प्लीज टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट और नोट इट डाउन, whatever is more convenient to you guys, because I have seen lots of mistakes regarding this interrogative sentences, right? So if you are making an interrogative yes or no question, then it will start with auxiliary. अगर हम interrogative yes or no question बना रहे हैं तो auxiliary के द्वारा शुरू किया जाएगा, auxiliary के साथ शुरू किया जाएगा, right? And we know the only auxiliary we are using in past perfect tense. Past perfect tense में जो auxiliary use होता है वो had है. तो अगर हम कोई भी question बना रहे हैं, चाहे वो active में हो चाहे वो passive में हो, अगर वो yes or no question हुआ, yes, please mute yourself. Yes, thank you. So if we are making a yes or no question in active or passive, in the past perfect tense it will start with had. कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है, simply had से start होगा. Okay, so the question is something like had okay, I did not write the active sentence, I have only written the passive, right? Had an apple been eaten by Jack, the other one will be had Jack. Okay, so the two forms are active is had Jack eaten an apple. Guys, can you just give me 1 second? I really need to take this call. Please take a screenshot. Just discuss. I'm coming back in a second.
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
She got some.
Yeah, so sorry. I had a call.
call.
Yes, it was an important call, so I had to take it. Okay. Yes, Abhay, good morning. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I am good, ma'am. How about you, ma'am?
I am also doing fine, Abhay. We are discussing the past perfect tense. Okay, past perfect, active to passive. कल हमने discuss किया था, वही थोड़ा सा कर रहे हैं, so that we can move on to questions. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
So,
Ma'am, could you please explain the uses in brief, like of only past perfect?
oh, right. I completely forgot. Thank you so much, Kartik, for reminding. I'm coming to
I
that. Okay.
always get
Before,
confused. Like
most definitely. Just give me 1 second. Let me explain the structure a little bit. Then we will go to use. Then we will go to questions. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
All right. So, had Jack eaten an apple? Please बहुत ध्यान से देखिए. Interrogative का I am saying time and again. अगर question है, एक sentence है जो question के रूप में है, अगर एक प्रश्नवाची sentence है basically, उस सेंटेंस में हमेशा ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब हमारा पहले आएगा, सब्जेक्ट उसके बाद आएगा. ओके, अगर एक सेंटेंस क्वेश्चन है तो उसमें ऑक्सिलरी पहले आएगा, सब्जेक्ट उसके बाद आएगा. इसको हम बोलते हैं सब्जेक्ट इन्वर्जन, right? We call this subject inversion. If it is in question form, the auxiliary comes first, the subject comes after it. Okay, it is called subject inversion. If it is a yes or no question, अगर प्रश्न का जवाब हाँ या ना में देना है तो वो प्रश्न सिर्फ auxiliary से शुरू होगा. If the question is a yes or no question, it is only answered through the answers yes or no. Then you are starting it with an auxiliary. Okay, and if you are asking a question that is not yes or no, that is an informative question जिससे आपको कुछ information मिलेगा, then you are starting with WH words. Okay, जैसे who, what, when, where, in, how, इन सब से शुरू होगा. पर फिर भी अगर who, what, when, where, how किसी से भी start हुआ, फिर भी वो प्रश्न ही है. So even if we are starting with a WH word, because it is a question, auxiliary will come first, subject will come second. Subject inversion. Okay, इसको अच्छे से समझिए. Please understand this very very carefully. So you see, had Jack eaten an apple? This is the active past perfect tense. Okay. What is the passive past perfect? Had an apple been eaten by Jack? Had an apple been eaten by Jack? So you see in both of the sentences, had is coming first, the subject, an apple in the passive voice, and Jack in the active voice are coming after the auxiliary. Okay, remember this. Next we have who had eaten an apple. So if we are starting with who, so who is working as the subject of the sentence, right? Subject की तरह काम कर रहा है, and यहाँ पर by whom is becoming our object of the sentence. Okay, so who had eaten an apple बन रहा है by whom had an apple been eaten. This I think is the only exception to this rule, that we are adding the subject before had. Okay, otherwise question में कभी भी हमारा subject auxiliary से पहले नहीं आएगा. All right, so this is the structure basically, guys. I hope the structure is clear. कोई doubts है, please ask. If not, then we will move on to the uses that we had talked about in past perfect.
I think by whom is the subject in passive, no? It's not the object, no?
No, it is the object of the passive voice. Okay, so by whom had an apple been eaten?
Like when we change the into passive, the subject becomes object, object becomes subject, no? Here,
Yeah.
by whom
Who?
is the subject?
Yes. No, it is the subject. Okay, who is the subject? Had is the auxiliary. Eaten is the verb, main verb, and apple is the object. Right?
In the
So-
active it is okay, ma'am. I'm asking passive.
Yeah, in passive, what is happening? By whom is becoming the object of the passive, because it was subject in the active voice. Okay, had is the auxiliary, and apple is the subject of the passive voice. Been is been, of course, and eaten is V3. Understood? Karthik?
Ma'am, in that case, I think Karthik is
Ma'am,
mentioned in whom.
ma'am.
I mean, passive voice, you need to change object, object as a subject. By whom, object plus had plus subject plus been.
This will be
Ma'am,
yes. This
yes,
this
ma'am.
is
Yeah.
this is subject, but why
Subject.
this is written as object? Yes, why this is written as object? क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये समझाया जा रहा है कि ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो आके यहाँ पर बैठेगा. दिस इज द फॉर्मूला. ओके, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड गाइस. इसका मतलब ये है कि एक्टिव का जो ऑब्जेक्ट है वो आके पैसिव में बैठेगा. इट जस्ट मींस दैट द ऑब्जेक्ट इन द एक्टिव विल कम एंड sit in the place of this subject. That is the subject of the passive voice. Okay.
What I am trying to say is, for example, if
Yes.
you take one example, Jack ate an apple. Here in this sentence, Jack is the subject, apple is the object.
Yeah.
So when we change this into passive, an apple was eaten by Jack. Here, an apple becomes the subject of the sentence, and Jack became the object of the sentence. That's what I'm saying. Even in this sentence also, in the active voice, who is the subject? But when we change it into passive, by whom becomes the subject?
Object. Who is the subject? By whom becomes the object? Yes, Karthik?
A small confusion, man. Okay.
Understood. See, यहाँ पे भी Jack is the subject. By Jack becomes the object, right?
Yeah,
Similarly, who is the subject and by whom becomes the object? And an apple was the object here, and apple becomes the subject here, right?
Okay, okay.
Understood. So
Oh,
यहाँ
okay.
पे जो who subject था, the who was subject here, it becomes object here. Confusion is arising because I've written object here. It just means that the object from here will be taken and put here, and it basically is the subject of the passive voice. Okay, this object that I've written, it is the subject of the passive voice. Understood, Karthik?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, चलिए. So any doubts in the structure of active and passive? बताइए. कोई भी doubts है? Any doubts at all? Yes, Manju?
No, ma'am. We
Okay.
got it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Chaliye. So now we will just look at a little bit at the uses of the past perfect tense, because a few people were asking कि ma'am थोड़ा सा confusion है, right? So one second, let me open tenses.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
hi ma'am.
Raji, yes, बताइए.
Ma'am, could you please help me with this embedded question? तुम्हें पता है तुम्हारे द्वारा किसको अटेंड किया गया था? So can I say, do you have any idea who had been attended by you? Is it
Yes,
correct?
absolutely, absolutely. Do you have any idea who had been attended by you?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Absolutely correct, Raji. चलिए, one second. Yes, past perfect tense. I've got it. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So सबसे पहले थोड़ा सा past simple देख लेते हैं, because उसी में confusion होता है, right? When to use simple past and when to use past perfect. So this was past simple, right? We were looking at past simple once. So we have looked at past simple, and we saw that we use past simple. This is the first rule. So the past simple is used to indicate an action completed in the past. It often occurs with adverbs or adverb of phrases of time. So क्या बोला गया है? Simple past के बारे में बात की जा रही है. अगर हम simple past का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, we usually show one single action. One individual isolated action has been completed in the past, and we usually accompany that action with a adverb of time or adverb phrase of time. So for example, I went to the park yesterday. So went is basically our past tense, because the action was started in the past, the action completed in the past, and along with that we also get to see that we are adding an adverb of time, that is yesterday. So हम एक time frame दे रहे हैं जिससे हमें पता चल रहा है कि वो काम past में कब हुआ था. Okay, so this is the first simple rule of using the simple past tense. एकदम simple है, right? Second is to sometimes this tense is used without an adverb of time. In such cases, the time may be either implied or indicated by context. So अब क्या हो रहा है? कभी कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि हम यही simple past tense एक isolated action के लिए use कर रहे हैं. We are using it for one single action that began in the past, that ended in the past. But in that case, we are not using an adverb of time. Adverb of time का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहे. But the time is implied or indicated by context. Always remember, this implication or indication is very important when you are speaking, right? We do not always speak in complete meaningful sentences. It's not possible. We sometimes imply. Meaning is implied, meaning is indicated. So for example, यहाँ पे दिया गया है, I didn't sleep well. This is the best example, I think. If I say I didn't sleep well, if I talk to you guys, you ask, ma'am, you look very tired. I say I didn't sleep well, that's why I'm looking tired. You automatically know that I'm talking about last night, right? कि कल रात को मैं अच्छे से नहीं सो पाई. That is why I'm feeling tired or I'm looking tired. So this context, time का context is implied through the sentence itself. Then we are using the simple past tense. But even in this case, remember guys, we are using one single isolated action. Isolated का मतलब क्या है? Isolated का मतलब होता है without any connections. Okay, so the action that I'm talking about is not connected to any other past action. और कोई भी past action से वो action connected नहीं है, वो बिल्कुल isolated है, अकेला है. That is why I am using the simple past tense. Okay. The next one is past habits. So we know for present habits, what tense do we use, guys? Present habits, कोई काम जो मैं करती हूँ, हमेशा करती हूँ, अभी भी कर रही हूँ.
Simple present.
Simple present. present tense. Very good. So I go to school every day. He waters the plants every day. Simple present tense. So past habits. So कोई ऐसा habit है जो आप पहले करते थे in the past. बहुत बार किया होगा अपने पास में, but अभी आप नहीं करते हैं. You have discontinued that habit. That habit started in the past, went on for some time, then you stopped in the past itself. In such cases, we are using the simple past tense. कैसे बोल सकते हैं? There are two ways of saying. He studied many hours every day. So we are directly using the action, right? We are
Past
directly
simple
using the
verb.
yes, we are simply using the past tense of the verb, right? Action verb. But there is another way of using it. That is with a an infinitive. Okay, so I used to smoke a lot. Here, the past tense of the verb used is used. Okay, so use ka jo past tense hai used, that is being used in this sentence to make the simple past tense and to show habit. Okay, so here to smoke is basically an infinitive, right? Infinitive का काम कर रहा है and used हमारा past tense पे है. इससे भी हम simple past habits बना सकते हैं. Okay, only habits can be made used. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Manju.
Yeah, ma'am. Sentence first, ma'am. He studied many hours every day. In contest third one, he used to smoke a lot. Here it is. It shows in the past I used to smoke a lot. In the first, how one can assess it is habitual in the past. He studied many hours. If we don't use every day.
He studied many hours. Then you cannot really tell that. Okay. You cannot really tell that. You have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
accompany it with some kind of adverb of time or some kind of adverb. See, even this one, she always carried an umbrella.
Yes,
She
yes, ma'am.
always carried an umbrella, right?
My
So you
point
have
is,
to
ma'am.
use. Yes.
Yes, my point is, if there is a habitual sign of words, then we can understand the past tense and habitual
Absolutely.
tense. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Then you can understand that the action was habitual. ये तो
Right.
आपको पता चल रहा है. You can understand that it is past if I don't use every day. But
Right.
when I add every day, you understand that the action is past, but it was habitual in nature. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
absolutely
Right.
correct. Absolutely correct, Manju. Okay, so this is the third use of our simple past tense. Okay, so बहुत सारे examples हमने लिखे थे. So these are the three uses. बस यही तीन uses थे simple past के. Now we go to past perfect tense and you will see in all of these three uses जो हमने simple past के किए, in all of these three uses you will see that these are isolated single actions. Single isolated actions. They are not connected to any other action. सिर्फ एक action के बारे में बात की जा रही है जो past में होता था या हुआ है. Okay. Yes, Dipali, do you have a question? बताइए.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the difference between she accepted the challenge and she has accepted the challenges?
She accepted the challenge, simple past tense, and she has accepted the challenge is present perfect tense. Now, what is the difference in meaning? Present perfect and simple past का मैंने difference अच्छे से आपको समझाया था. So, present perfect is usually used for immediate past. सोचिए अभी अभी past में कुछ हुआ है, तो उसके लिए हम simple past का इस्तेमाल present perfect का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. I'll give you some examples. Okay, Dipali. सोचिए. Yes.
Means, ma'am, has accepted is for one time only, and accepted is always she has accepted.
No,
Is
then
that
you will
so?
have to use always. No.
Always.
No.
Okay.
No. One second.
Okay.
See, दो sentences लेंगे. एक है हमारा present perfect and दूसरा है हमारा past simple. Okay, simple past or past indefinite. Alright, so इसमें हम लिखते हैं एक sentence. She has accepted the challenge. And इसमें दो हो सकता है. एक हो सकता है she accepted the challenge. दूसरा हो सकता है she always accepted the challenges. Okay, क्योंकि it has to be a multiple occurrence. That's why challenges. So अब क्या हो रहा है देखिए, it's like looking really bad. I hope it is visible at least. थोड़ा सा I think problem हो रहा है
Yes,
Zoom में.
ma'am.
Right?
Very
Yes,
clear,
ma'am,
very
visible
clear.
it is.
Okay.
Very
So अब
clear.
क्या हो रहा है? Okay. So अब क्या हो रहा है? First हम present perfect के use के बारे में समझेंगे. Okay. So there can be two meanings associated to this. First is immediate action. This is an immediate action in the past. Second is the effect of the action. Okay. Effect of the action. So when we are using the present perfect tense, first तो ये है कि ये action ऐसा हो सकता है कि ये action अभी अभी हुआ है. It is in the past, but it is in the immediate past. So सोचिए कि रूम में हम दोनों लोग थे. There was a girl, she and I was there, and you were outside. And I challenged this girl about something. I said that I am challenging you that I'll eat more chocolate chip cookies than you. And she says, okay, I accept. And then she leaves. Abhi abhi gayi hai. And then you enter and you say, did she accept the challenge? And I say, yes, she has accepted the challenge. Why? Because that has happened right now, just now. Abhi abhi hua hai. So in such cases, we are using the present perfect tense. We are not using past simple. Understood, Dipali?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the
Okay, ma'am.
first scenario.
This is immediate. For past, we will use has.
Yes, for immediate past, we will use the present perfect tense, has or have, depending on what subject you are using. Okay. The second reason when we are using is effect of the action. The effect of the action is being realized now. So I'll give you an example for this. Sochiye, you are, let's say, my sister. Okay. And I have a daughter. Yes.
No, I have received a mail.
Yes, Anisar, what mail?
I have received a mail. This is.
I have received a mail. Yes, that can be very good. I am just trying to explain this with the situation. Okay, Anisar, absolutely correct. Absolutely. I have received a mail is absolutely correct. But इसको हम कैसे context में डाल सकते हैं with effect, right? दूसरा क्या हो सकता है सोचिए. You are my sister Dipali. I'm giving you an example. I have a daughter. And you come to my house and you say she's studying so much, and we had maybe a discussion 5 days ago. 5 दिन पहले हमने एक discussion किया था कि Dipali, I will tell my daughter that if you study, take it as a challenge. If you get 90% marks, I'll get you a TV or something, whatever. I'll get you a phone. So I am going to give her this challenge. And you come to my house after 5 days and you see that she's studying a lot. So this is the effect, right? That she's studying a lot. And you ask me, okay, she's studying a lot. What is the reason? And I say she has accepted the challenge. What does this mean? This means that the action of accepting was done long ago. उसने already accept कर लिया था past में, right? But उसका जो effect है, that is studying, she is doing right now. Okay, so when the effect of a past action is seen in the present, and we are talking more about the effect than the past action, we are using present perfect tense. Understood, Dipali?
I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
forgotten the keys.
I have forgotten the keys. Absolutely correct. I have forgotten the keys.
Now I am not able to enter my house.
Now I'm not able to enter my house. I have lost my keys. I have forgotten my keys. I have cut my finger. Right? I have not
Ma'am,
studied for the exam. Yes?
For second situation, ma'am, effect of the action, like she has accepted the challenge as they provoked her a lot. Is it true? Is it correct?
Yeah, it is correct. Definitely it
Okay,
is
ma'am.
correct. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Dipali, did
Because
you
the
understand? Yes. Because
Yes,
the
ma'am.
action
This-
has happened earlier, effect is now.
No. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Dipali, are these two uses of present perfect clear to you?
Yes,
बिल्कुल
yes ma'am, 100%
चलिए
clear.
अब पास्ट सिंपल पे चलते हैं. पास्ट सिंपल में दो सिचुएशंस हो सकते हैं. वन इज व्हेन यू आर यूजिंग द सिंपल पास्ट टू से दैट एन एक्शन हैपेंड इन द पास्ट एंड इट एंडेड देयर, राइट? सो शी एक्सेप्टेड द चैलेंज. मे बी कल कुछ ऐसा हुआ था that I gave someone a challenge and they accepted the challenge and you are talking to me about it.
And one more point.
Yes. Yes, Karthik, बताइए.
We should not use adverb of time in present perfect.
Definitely, most definitely. No adverb of time will be used here. But we do use a word very commonly with present perfect. What is it?
Just.
Just. Very good, Anisur. Just is used very
Ever.
frequently with
Ever.
ever.
Even we use, yeah ma'am, I have
never
been there.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
ever
never.
also.
In negative, right? Absolutely.
Yes
So
ma'am.
just एक बहुत common word है जो हम present perfect के साथ use करते हैं, but never adverb of times. We are never using adverbs of times with present perfect tense. But simple past के साथ, of course, we can use adverbs of time. For example, I can write here, she accepted the challenge yesterday, right? All of these three sentences are in simple past tense, right?
Ma'am, even ever, have you ever tried this?
Have you ever tried? Ever, never, दोनों use कर सकते हैं present perfect के साथ. Absolutely.
Yeah ma'am.
Okay, so all right, so coming to the simple past tense, you can say she accepted the challenge. So यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? We are just talking about a single action, isolated action that was done in the past, completed in the past. बस उसके effect के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये नहीं बोल रहे कि वो अभी अभी हुआ है, nothing like that. So maybe something happened yesterday, we are discussing it today, and I say yes, she accepted the challenge yesterday. Done. I am just giving you an information about an action that happened yesterday. That's it. Done. Okay, Dipali.
And its effect is also ended.
And its effect is not important to us. Whether it ended or not, we do not know, but its effect is not important to us. Okay, Dipali, we are not talking about the effect. Alright, and we can also use it without an adverb of time. Yesterday हमारा adverb of time है, वो ही हम use कर सकते हैं. Without yesterday भी हम use कर सकते हैं. कैसे कर सकते हैं? We can say that she accepted the challenge. So maybe by context. So हमने already बात कर रखा है कि कल कोई challenge accept करने वाला था. You already know it. So I directly tell you she accepted the challenge. You understand? Okay, जो हमने बात किया था उसी के बारे में वो बोल रही है. So no need of you including yesterday here. Okay, so अगर context से आपको पता चल रहा है time.
Sometimes we can use adverb of time if the time is unfinished, like today morning, yeah, like that.
Yes, definitely. Today morning is also past. Okay, that is not. Yeah.
Today, for example, today is not finished. So in that only today or morning or evening, when we are in that time, then we can use adverb of time in present perfect.
Adverb of time. Okay, you are trying to say we can use adverb of time in present perfect when the time is not finished.
Yes.
I have eaten an apple in the morning. Yes, you can say that, definitely. Okay, all right. Let's just complete this quickly so that we can go to past perfect. So I hope these two are clear, Dipali. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And the last one is she always accepted the challenges. This is a past continuous habit, okay, habitual action in the past. So she used to do this a lot.
Yes.
But now she does not anymore. Okay, understood, Dipali?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, just tell me sentences Hindi. Is that make any difference in Hindi when we are translating? She has accepted the challenge and she accepted the challenge.
I have no idea.
Okay, ma'am.
If we say she has accepted the challenge, yes. If you say she has,
confused
like
to add
in sentence, in meaning, quite difference is there. उसने accept challenge किया. Like this is simple past. उसने challenge accept कर लिया, and उसने accept challenge कर लिया है. That is present perfect tense.
Okay, उसने challenge accept कर लिया है is present perfect, and उसने challenge accept किया.
Yeah.
हाँ, किया था.
That is, Like you can say kiya tha or kiya also, that comes in simple past.
Okay.
Ma'am,
There
but
your
normally
answer.
we use perfect for चुका चुकी and चुके. Challenge accept कर चुकी है.
Yes, yes, yes. I have no idea. I really don't know, guys. But yes, अगर आपको help मिल रहा है ऐसे remember करने में, मतलब if it helps you to memorize this stuff, then definitely go for it. But I am not getting it.
Ma'am,
Okay.
normally
This is your
tense. Ma'am, normally in tense book it means उसने challenge accept कर लिया था, and in perfect वह challenge accept कर चुकी थी.
Okay.
This is the right way, ma'am.
Then we will
This is the
we
right
will
way.
use had. कर चुकी थी, I think.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
She
yes,
had
कर
accepted
चुकी
the
थी
challenge.
past perfect tense and
Yes,
कर
yes.
चुकी है present perfect tense.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ma'am, I said वह challenge accept कर चुकी थी and कर लिया था. कर लिया था
There
is
are
simple present
yeah.
and कर चुकी थी is perfect.
Okay, in
There
past
are
perfect.
lots of videos for Hindi also, but yeah, like some people they use chuka, chuki, chuki hai. But actually, the tenses is according depends on the time mainly. We consider in
हिंदी में
English, ma'am.
कितने tenses है? How many tenses are there in
Same.
Hindi?
12 only, ma'am.
12 only.
Means same. 3 tenses and 4 subparts.
Okay, and they are like exactly the same as in English.
Uh,
Ma'am,
mm,
Yes,
almost.
ma'am.
yeah,
Yes,
It is
ma'am.
the same. One cannot change this table. This is the
Okay.
English scenario. It is cannot be changed.
Okay, okay. Like, no, I just wanted to know how many tenses are there in the Hindi language, right? Okay, so I hope थोड़ा सा past and past simple and present perfect clear है. तो थोड़ा सा past perfect में चलते हैं. Yes, guys. Okay, so अभी तक हमने जितना भी बात किया है about the present perfect tense. All that I have told you guys about the present perfect tense. Sorry. About the simple past tense. Simple past tense के बारे में जितना भी मैंने बोला, I have always stressed on one thing. Isolated single action in the past. एक एक्शन आइसोलेटेड है, उसको पास्ट में किया गया था, उसके लिए हम सिंपल पास्ट टेंस का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड वेरी वेरी लाइक क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज पास्ट परफेक्ट के और सिंपल पास्ट में यही डिफरेंस है. दिस इज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन पास्ट परफेक्ट एंड सिंपल पास्ट. ओके, so past perfect में what are the rules? Yes, Anisu, do you want to say something?
Ma'am, can I use would in instead of used to in the past habit?
Can you make a sentence, Anisu?
I would like I would go to school by bus when I was in class 6.
I'd go to, yes, you can definitely. Modal के अंदर under आएगा, but yes, it also shows a past habitual action. Okay, Anisur?
Yeah.
बिल्कुल सही,
Yes.
बिल्कुल. Very good, very good. I think you are joining after a long time.
Yes, ma'am. So sorry.
Welcome back, welcome back. No problem. Okay, चलिए. So past perfect tense, right? So past perfect का first हमारा rule क्या है? An action or event before another action or event in the past. So if we are highlighting that the action or event in the past perfect tense came before another action or event, this second verb is often but not always in the simple past tense. So सोचिए कि अगर मैंने एक timeline लिया, if I take a timeline, okay, this is a timeline. सोचिए this is the present. आप यहाँ पर है, खड़े हुए हैं आप यहाँ पर. This is the present. Okay, ये हमारा future है. We are not thinking about this, and this is the past. This is our vast past. Okay, so इस past में अगर दो action हुए हैं, action A and action B, action A, action B, तो पहले कौन सा हुआ? Obviously action A पहले हुआ, action B उसके बाद हुआ, right? In this case, what happens? अगर दो actions past में हुए हैं, so the actions are not isolated. When you are talking about two actions in the past with someone, the actions are not isolated, they are connected, right? In that case, what happens? The first action, जो पहला action हमारा हुआ था, that is the action A. That will be in past perfect tense. That will be in past perfect tense. जो second action हमारा हुआ है, after that, but दोनों ही action past में है. They started in the past, they completed in the past, but जो second action हमारा past में हुआ है, that will be in simple past tense. Okay, so the actions are not isolated, they are connected or related. Okay, ये clear है थोड़ा सा? So let's look at this example here, then you will understand better. When I turned on the TV, the film had ended. When I turned on the TV, the film had ended. So you can see here, when I turned on the TV, when I turned on the TV, simple past tense, simple past tense, right? The film had ended, past perfect tense. Okay, past perfect tense. So एक simple past में है, एक past perfect में. So we understand past perfect पहले हुआ, simple past उसके बाद हुआ, right? Both of the actions happened in past, but the past perfect action happened first and the simple past action happened after that. So past perfect में क्या हुआ? The film had ended. पहले film खत्म हो गया, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? I turned on the TV. उसके बाद I turned on the TV. So this is the first use of the past perfect tense. Is this clear, guys? बताइए. Any doubts still here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Manju.
Ma'am, both are now isolated. Am I right?
No, not at all. Both are connected. दोनों actions connected है. The two actions are connected to each other. तभी जाकर एक को हम past perfect में डाल रहे हैं जो पहले हुआ, and दूसरे को हम simple past में डाल रहे हैं जो उसके बाद हुआ. Understood,
Okay.
Manju?
Yes, yes.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, clear.
Yes. Any questions from this rule? Any questions?
Ma'am, it is more clear now. Like I have one sentence, ma'am.
बताइए.
He had already parked He had already parked his car before they started altercation.
Absolutely correct. Very good.
So
he had already.
So, ma'am, we need to look at the sentence. The sentence itself, like it's showing the film had ended here. So before or after some action happened. That's why we are using the film had ended.
Right. Exactly.
So now it's more clear, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good. So now that we understand this entire structure कि दो action हो रहा है past में, पहले एक हुआ दूसरा हुआ, then we are using the past perfect. But Karthik asked me कि मैम अगर single action के बारे में बात कर रहे तो कैसे बात करेंगे? If we are talking about a single action, then also we are sometimes using the past perfect. तो ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? We are isolating the action. No, it is not isolated. It is connected to another action by context. सोचिए किसी ने आपसे पूछा, आपकी मम्मी आपसे आके पूछ रही है, why aren't you watching TV? I saw you turning it, or I saw that you turned it on a while ago. Okay, so आपकी मम्मी आपसे आके पूछ रही है कि why aren't you watching TV? I saw you turned it on a while ago. So मैंने आपको देखा था कि आपने ऑन किया था टीवी, तो आप क्यों नहीं देख रहे हैं? So already आपके मम्मी ने एक कंटेक्स्ट दे दिया है आपको कि आपने एक काम कर चुके हैं, राइट? आप ऑलरेडी एक काम कर चुके हैं पास्ट में, सिंपल पास्ट में, वो आपको ऑलरेडी आपके मम्मी ने कंटेक्स्ट दे दिया है. So in this case, what will you say? Will you say when I turned on the TV, the film had ended? No, you will say the film had ended already. Simple. The film had ended already. So I am not watching TV. Understood? So what is happening here? I am talking about a single action. मैं तो एक single action के बारे में ही बात कर रहा हूँ. But this action happened before this action. जो कि context से पता चल रहा है. I'm getting an idea about this action through context. So in that case also you can use past perfect tense in a single action, with a single action. But remember, when I say it is a single action, I do not mean that the action is isolated. I just mean कि आप बोल उसे अकेले रहे हैं, but वो फिर भी connected है दूसरे action के साथ by context, by implication. Is this clear, guys?
It's like giving complete answer and just like my name is Raji or simply Raji. So
Yes,
like
exactly.
yeah, ma'am.
बिल्कुल
So
बिल्कुल, absolutely correct.
pretty
Yes.
clear. Ma'am, one more sentence. Thanks God
बताइए.
I had finished cooking. So simply I can say I had finished cooking, but the next context, like if I want to give, thanks God I had finished cooking before stomach pain started.
Okay, very good. Like very good example, Raji. Another thing can be, I'll give you another context. इसी से बना सकते हैं. सोचिए, guest arrived, right? The guests have arrived, and आपके husband आपके बोल रहे हैं कि the guests have arrived, and you say I had finished cooking, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe he says that the guests arrived 1 hour ago. Why haven't you served them? Okay. So he says कि guest तो 1 घंटे पहले आ गए, आपने अभी तक serve क्यों नहीं किया? You say I had finished cooking. You were supposed to serve or something like that. ये जो I had finished cooking, you are trying to give the context कि guest के आने से पहले ही I had finished my cooking. You were supposed to serve. I wasn't supposed to serve. अंडरस्टूड. सो इस तरीके से कंटेक्स्ट में डालकर आप सिंगल सेंटेंसेस को भी पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस में लिख सकते हैं, बट विद कंटेक्स्ट. It should be connected. It should not be isolated. It can be single, but it should not be isolated. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Any doubts from past perfect and simple past? अभी तक जितना भी पढ़ा है.
Can you
Yes,
scroll down and show other uses also?
Of course. Definitely, I'll go through all the uses. The first one is clear, right? No doubts here.
Yes, ma'am. Well cleared.
चलिए, very nice. Mary cooked dinner, so but distinctly, subtly but distinctly different sentences. Okay, this is a very good example कि past perfect और simple past में difference क्या है. देखिए, in this sentence, Mary cooked dinner when the kids came home. Both of them are in simple past, right? पहला जो हमारा clause है, the first clause is also in simple past, the second clause is also in simple past. But in the second sentence, Mary had cooked dinner when the kids came home. The first clause is in past perfect and the second one is in simple past. Meaning में कितना difference है देखिए. The first sentence, Mary had cooked dinner. Sorry, the first sentence, Mary cooked dinner when the kids came home. ये हमें ये सेंस दे रहा है कि बच्चों के आने के बाद मैरी ने डिनर बनाया. ये जो पहला सेंटेंस है जिसमें दोनों सिंपल है, इसका मतलब ये होता है कि बच्चों के आने के बाद मैरी ने डिनर बनाया है. इट मींस दैट मैरी कुक्ड द डिनर आफ्टर द किड्स केम होम, right? When we are using both the clauses in simple past. But in the second sentence, Mary had cooked dinner when the kids came home. In the second sentence, you can see we already understand that Mary had already cooked the dinner. It was done before the kids came home because the action is in past perfect tense. So इससे हमें पता चलता है मैरी ने already खाना बना रखा था बच्चों के आने से पहले. Huge difference, right? In meaning. Okay. चलिए, let's go to the next. Yes. चलिए, next.
One sentence
yes.
on this, ma'am. I
Yes.
inform him when he called me. Means जब उसने कॉल किया तभी मैंने इन्फॉर्म किया. And I had already informed him when he called me. मैंने पहले ही इन्फॉर्म कर चुकी थी.
Absolutely correct,
Okay.
Raji.
Okay.
चलिए, let's go to the second one, right? Second one भी first one के जैसा ही है. It's very similar to the first point. Okay, कुछ ज्यादा different नहीं है. An action, an action or event before a specific point in time. So अभी तक हमने क्या बोला था? I gave you guys a timeline. मैंने एक timeline आपको दिया था and मैंने बोला था कि सोचिए कि ये point हमारा present है. This is our present and ये हमारा present है. Okay, ये हमारा future है और इस तरफ हमारा past है. Right? This is our past. So I told you guys कि past perfect कैसे बनता है? एक action हुआ, दूसरा action हुआ. Action A and action B. जो भी पहले हुआ उसको हम past perfect में रखेंगे, जो भी second हुआ उसको हम simple past में रखेंगे, right? But sometimes what we do is one action happened first. This is in past perfect tense. Okay. But जो ये point B है, this is not an action. This is a time. Point of time. ये एक point of time है. जो point B है, this is a point of time. So what is happening here? अगर मैं एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम लू इन द पास्ट, वी नो कि यहाँ से जो भी जा रहा है ये पास्ट है, सो ये जो पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हमने लिया है दिस इज इन पास्ट, राइट? सो वी आर टेकिंग अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन पास्ट एंड उससे पहले एक एक्शन हुआ है, बिफोर दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एन एक्शन हैज अकर्ड और हैपेंड, इन दैट केस आल्सो वी आर राइटिंग दैट एक्शन इन द पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस। ओके, सो कैसे हो सकता है, देखिए, until that afternoon she had never considered living abroad. Until that afternoon she had never considered living abroad. So ये until that afternoon क्या है, हमारा adverb of time है, point of time है, right? एक point है time में. So what is that point of time? Point B, उसको हम point B बोल रहे हैं, ये हमारे past में एक point of time है. She had never considered living abroad. This action happened before point B. Point B से पहले हुआ. So that is why it is in past perfect tense. I can say before yesterday, I had completed all my work. Before yesterday, I had completed all my work. So how can I have more work? Okay, something like that. So ये जो before yesterday है, this is a point in the past. एक point है past में हमारा, उससे पहले मैंने काम complete कर लिया था. So the action of completing the work happened before that. So that is why it is in past perfect tense. Clear, guys? Is this rule or is this use clear? Any questions till here?
Yeah, ma'am, clear. Just one example. I had never thought of driving before this situation.
Absolutely correct. I had never thought of driving before this situation. Okay.
Okay.
I will give you, yes.
Ma'am, what's the meaning of until that afternoon?
उस afternoon से पहले, उस afternoon से पहले she had never considered living abroad. उसने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था कि वो abroad में रहेगी.
Okay.
या excuse me, abroad में रहने का ख्याल उसके मन में कभी भी नहीं आया. Okay, Manju?
Okay, yes.
Now, another very important thing is this point of time, ये जो point of time है that is happening जिससे पहले हमारा past perfect का काम हो रहा है. This point of time can be indicated through time or it can be indicated through action. या तो ये time के द्वारा indicate किया जा सकता है या फिर ये action के द्वारा भी indicate किया जा सकता है. Example, I hadn't used a hammer. I hadn't used a hammer, past perfect. Before working in construction, before working in construction. So ये जो point of time है, it is being indicated through this action before working in construction. Understood? Construction में काम शुरू करने से पहले मैंने कभी भी hammer का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया था. So I had never used a hammer. इससे पहले हुआ, past perfect में हुआ, and the action is showing a point of time in the past. Understood, guys? Is the second rule clear? No doubt?
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Yes, Shailendra and Manju. Yes, Shailendra, then Manju.
yeah, I did not use a hammer before working in construction. Is it correct? If I use simple present, simple past.
No, it's not. I did not use a hammer before working in construction is not correct actually. Okay, because you are giving a frame of time. You are giving a point of time. If you want to use that sentence, आपको without using before working in a construction आपको बोलना पड़ेगा. You will say, I didn't use a hammer yesterday, or I didn't use a hammer ever. I have never used a hammer. Or you can say, I used to use a hammer. अगर आप negative को positive में बोल रहे हैं, but you cannot isolate the sentence. Sorry, you cannot connect the sentence with a point of time in the past or an action in the past, and then use it with simple past tense. Okay? Yes, बताइए Shailendra.
Okay. Ma'am, I did not used to use hammer before working in construction.
Did not नहीं होगा. You will say, I never used to use a hammer before working in construction. Sorry, simple past है. So I never used to use a hammer. Full stop.
Okay, then it is
Okay,
correct.
isolated. Yes, then it is correct. It has to be isolated. But you cannot use simple past with two actions in the past. Okay,
Well,
Shailendra.
actually, what I understood is In simple
Yes.
past, we use adverb of time, whereas in past perfect, we are using adverbial prepositional phrases. Like we are using very big phrase. There
No,
we are
we can
using
use
only adverb of time, no? We
we
cannot
can use
use.
adverbial prepositional phrases, not prepositional, adverbial phrases in simple past tense. We can use adverbial phrases in simple past tense. For example, I can say, uh, I never saw him, or I can say, I never saw him before yesterday. I never saw him before yesterday.
I had never seen him before yesterday.
Yes, past perfect is better, right? Because before का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है. Okay, let me
Yeah.
give you an example with a phrase. Okay, I can say that I went to Paris a week ago, or I completed my homework a week ago. A week ago, ये हमारा phrase है, right? But it is not a prepositional adverbial phrase.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you are using a prepositional adverbial phrase, then you are correct. Then it will come under the past perfect tense. Past perfect tense में हम prepositional under phrase का use कर रहे हैं, but
I
not
think a week
always.
ago is a noun phrase.
A week ago, even if it is a noun phrase, it is working as an adverb of time. If I
Adverb of
say,
time only, yes.
if I say I saw him a week ago, it is working as an adverb of time. Okay, so adverb phrasal. Okay, Karthik. So you understand? Yes, you are correct, Karthik. If we are using prepositional adverbial phrases, then they are most likely to come under in the sentences that are in past perfect tense.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, correct. But did you understand what is the difference between past perfect and simple past? Use especially.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Manju, did you have a question?
Are there
No,
any
ma'am.
more uses under this?
Yes, let me see. I think there is one.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am got clear.
Okay, very nice. Chaliye.
While your conversation, I got the answer.
Okay, okay, very nice. So this is the last rule of our past perfect. थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं how to omit the past perfect tense. Omitting मतलब मिटा देना. Okay. Past perfect को कैसे मिटाया जा सकता है? The past perfect is not always necessary. However, when we use the conjunctions before or after to link two clauses of past events. So two clauses of past events मतलब दो actions हुए हैं past में और दोनों को एक एक clause में लिखा गया है और उनको जोड़ा गया है before या after के द्वारा. So usually उसमें हम past perfect का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, right? This is because these two words already specify, sorry, उसमें हम past perfect का इस्तेमाल नहीं भी कर सकते because these two words already specify कि कौन से time में काम हुआ है, कौन सा पहले हुआ है, कौन सा बाद में हुआ है. We have discussed about this also, I remember. So instead of saying I had packed the bag of snacks before I left for the airport, you can simply say I packed the bag of snacks before I left. Because आप before जैसे ही बोल रहे हैं, person understands कि packing of the snacks happened first, leaving for the airport happened second, right? So you don't have to specify that I had packed the snacks and then I left.
This rule is applicable only for before and after.
Before and after.
When we join with when.
When, by, इन सब के लिए बिल्कुल भी नहीं होगा. Okay, then you have to use past perfect. This why is this rule omitting the past perfect? Because before से हमें पता चल रहा है पहले कौन सा काम हुआ, सेकंड कौन सा काम हुआ. पास्ट परफेक्ट का काम ही यही है कि अगर दो एक्शंस पास्ट में हो रहे हैं तो ये दिखाना कि पहले कौन सा काम हुआ, सेकंड कौन सा काम हुआ. So already if one word before is showing that action, showing doing that work, showing that one action happened first, then the second action happened, why do you need to add past perfect, right? It is unnecessary. Correct, but not necessary. Okay. Yes, Karthik, do you have a question?
Oh, no, ma'am. I want to take the screenshot of entire point, the third point. Is it possible?
Yes, yes, of course possible. Can you see it?
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, guys, I hope past. Yes, yes, definitely.
Can you show it again?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so guys, we have discussed three tenses today, rules of three tenses: simple past, past perfect, and present perfect. So I hope इतना थोड़ा सा clear होना चाहिए. Okay, think about these, make sentences with these. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the 6 p.m. class. So we will stop here for today. I'll see you guys at 6 p.m. for
Thank you,
conversation.
ma'am. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Take care. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
ma'am.
much, guys.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pro learners quickly join the Zoom meeting.
Is it a snake dress? Am I audible, ma'am?
Karthik, are you saying something?
No, I'm asking like, is it a snake dress? Snake.
No. Why would it be? All right, guys, today our topic is how to ask directions. Alright, so guys, it happens many times that if you go somewhere and you are confused with the directions, so you tend to ask someone, right? So today we are going to learn the same thing, how we can ask for directions in English. Jamshed, you are asking, I don't have any idea to pay rupees for pro as okay. So let me just send this pro invite to you. Just click on it and you don't have to pay rupees. I mean, you have to pay online. So yeah. So first slide, someone please read.
Ma'am, may I?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you, क्या आप सकते हैं? Tell, बता, me, मुझे, the way to the zoo, चिड़ियाघर का रास्ता.
Yes. Can you tell me the way to the zoo? So just let's take a hypothetical situation. You are going to the zoo with your family, but you are confused with the direction or you don't know the direction as you are going there for the first time. So what you will do, you will ask the direction to someone, and how you will ask the direction, you will say, can you tell me the way to the zoo, or can you please tell me the way to the zoo? क्या आप मुझे चिड़ियाघर का रास्ता बता सकते हैं? Can you tell me? So the other person will tell you, yes, of course, it's there, or wherever. Okay. So can you tell me? Here we are using can, sakna. So it's a modal verb. Can you tell me? So guys, always remember, after modal verbs, whenever we use can, may, might, has, have, we always use first form of verb until and unless we use have with them. Okay. So can you tell me? No past, no future. Next slide. Someone please read.
Where is the temple?
Where is
Yeah, okay, go read.
Where is the temple? मंदिर कहाँ है? The temple is across the road.
Yes.
मंदिर सड़क के उस पार है. किसी व्यक्ति, ऑब्जेक्ट या स्थान का पता जानने के लिए हम दिशाओं के बारे में पूछते हैं.
Yes. So guys, for example, where is the temple? Now you are asking about the temple, and the other person to whom you are asking is saying the temple is across the road. Now across is a preposition, or we can say an adverb of place. So the person, वैसे यहाँ पे preposition ही है. So the temple is across the road. यहाँ पे हम preposition across के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं. So across क्या है? Across the road. Across हमारा preposition है. तो अक्रॉस का मतलब है उस पार किसी चीज को क्रॉस करके, मतलब किसी चीज को पार करके जो चीज है वहां हम अक्रॉस का यूज करते हैं. सो द टेम्पल इज अक्रॉस द रोड. ओके. Can you tell me the way hotel is wrong, Zahra? Can you tell me the way to the hotel is correct? To the hotel.
To the hotel.
Yes, please read.
Across. के आसपास. Past.
के उस पार.
Sorry. Across. के उस पार. पास्ट बाद, अराउंड चारों तरफ, अमोंग के बीच में, बियॉन्ड के पार, स्ट्राइट अहेड सीधे, लेफ्ट बाएं, राइट दाएं, अपोजिट सामने, नेक्स्ट टू बगल में, बिटवीन बीच में.
All right. So here we are learning about different words or different prepositions that we can use while giving or taking directions. So guys, English में आपको directions की वाले जो words हैं पता होने, prepositions जो हम use करते हैं पता होने बहुत जरूरी है. Because सोचिए अगर आपने English में ये पूछ लिया where is the temple और कोई person आपको बता